Hello everyone! In this video we will be exploring how to test an API that authenticates using an access token that can be renewed using a refresh token. During the renew process, the refresh token will be updated as well. Therefore, the challenge is storing the refresh token for further use. The prerequisite for this test is having a valid refresh token that we can retrieve manually calling the authentication API or going through an oAuth authentication, depending on how the API is meant to work. Now, while we could store our refresh token in the dataset, that is kind of inappropriate because the refresh token is not exactly a property of the test. It is an authentication attribute that relates to authentication of potentially multiple tests. So the right location for the refresh token is the vault. The vault is a place where you can store variables that are common and used by multiple tests. So we choose our project variable and we set the variable refresh token. And now we can proceed with our task creation. And the first thing that we want to do is go through the refresh token process. So we do a post to this demo endpoint. We provide the current refresh token as a payload. Of course, this may not reflect how your API is working, but it should give you an idea. And for testing purposes, we run it and see that in action. As you can see, the refresh token has been sent, and we retrieve a new refresh token and a new access token. Keep in mind that running this API call, depending on how your authentication system works, may have burnt your refresh token and you will need to update that manually one more time. Next, we store the tokens in variables. So set access token and the path to the value of the payload. And we also store the refresh token. Now notice that I'm using the same variable name that has been used in the vault. Now that we have everything in place, we can use the access token to perform the API call that we really want to do. So we get and we provide as a header the access token. And of course, at this point, we can write the assertions based on our expectations. So assert is payload dot ID, that is expected to be an integer, and assert is payload.price was expected to be a float. At this point, the test could simply work. However, setting the refresh token variable here just updates the scope of the test and will not update the value that is in the vault. Therefore, the new refresh token value will not persist. To make it happen, what we need to do is use the update input command. All it takes is the name of the variable that we want to update. The update input command will run the variable hierarchy down in terms of priority, looking for a matching variable to update. So first the input set, then the data set, then the vault. In this case, the vault will be a match. Also keep in mind that the update input command will not perform any operation when running a test in composer mode. It will operate only when performing an official test, whether it's from the test list, the scheduler, or the API. Now all we have to do is save and exit, publish the test, go to the test list, and run it. The test is a success, obviously, but let's have a look at the refresh token endpoint call. And we can see the refresh token is being sent and its value ends with 92B. Now, if our logic is correct, if we run this again, the refresh token should be different because the previous execution updated its value. And in fact, this refresh token ends with 375. Moreover, if we go to the vault and have a look at the refresh token, it changed again because at every test execution it gets updated. And this concludes our tutorial for refresh tokens, and as always, thanks for watching.